So today I am going to try to fix the broken blower motor on my 2014 BMW X5. This is a diesel, so 35D. I would assume it's the same for just about that whole generation of F15s from 2014 to 2018. And it's not an easy process, and the garage quoted me something like $1,200 to do it, and I figured I'll just go and give it a try myself. So I'm starting off with, under this cover here, this is where the battery is. First I want to disconnect that. So as you can see, I've disconnected it, and I put a piece of wood just to make sure it won't come in contact with the terminal there. And I'm not sure what this is. Perhaps the diesel has two batteries. I don't even know what this is, but I disconnected that as well. So on to the job. It's all on the passenger side footwell pretty much. So I started off with taking this panel off. This is just 3 thumb screws, or whatever you want to call these, just a 90-degree turn, and they come off. Then you gently remove that connector that is hooked onto this, light. So that's out. Next, I know I have to take this knee airbag out, this section here, to access the glove box. There are 3 screws, or 4, I don't know how many screws here and here, up top and down below. But it takes a lot of, I have to take off quite a few pieces just to get to that. So here we go. And like I said, this is out. And the next step is to take this panel out, and I've done that by using one of these pry tools, just automotive trim tools I bought at Harbor Freight many years ago. That's step 1, and that comes out. There are a few tabs, actually 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. I pried in right around here and started moving it out, and it just popped right out. Now that the side panel is out, it kind of folds into this trim, this seal, or whatever you want to call it. It's easy enough. It just turns out and comes right out. While I'm here, before I get into the airbag right here, I'm going to take this ductwork out. This right here. It looks like it is held with 2. This is a T20 Torx. 1, 2. I believe those 2 should let it down. I'll pause it for now, and I'll pick up in a second. The second screw, the Torx T20, it's a bit of a little difficult to get to because of the angle it's at, and the screwdriver won't go in square into it, and I hate stripping those. So what I'm going to do is use a T20 bit on a 1/4-inch drive, and we're going to turn it out. Now that those 2 screws are out, this can come out. It takes a bit of, and then it comes out. Just a little bit of fiddling around, I guess. Pulls it out, and now it goes upwards. Turns out. Okay, easy enough. Set that aside. Well, this is a good time to probably look at your cabin air filter, and that I know is right here. To remove the cabin air filter, I just move this way towards the outside of the vehicle, to the right side, let's say, and that clicks and that falls down. Pay close attention to the direction of flow on this filter. Flows to the middle the center of the vehicle. I don't know if that shows it. Well, good. There you go. There you go. Now that the battery is disconnected and the bottom ductwork is out, I also took out the cabin air filter, so because that's the blower motor right there, you know, so where my shadow of my finger is. But now it's time to move on to the knee. I've given it about 20 minutes since the battery's been disconnected, so I assume it's safe to move on, but please proceed at your own risk. I'm not a professional. I just DIY these things. So here we go. I'll try to take this off. Oops, that broke up so hard with one hand. Second one is in there. Then just carefully get this out of the way. Don't really know how it goes going downwards. Okay, that comes out this way. Okay. There are 4 tabs. They all come out this way. And here's your connector. Here it is. Back off that. There's a connector right there. So, got the airbag out, knee airbag out, but somehow I'm having a hard time with this. I may try it a couple more times, but I don't really feel like playing with it. However, here are the 3 or 4, I don't even know how many, 4 Torx that hold this glove box in place, and there's a few up here, and I know there's one in the middle, the back of this thing too. So over here, yeah, that one right there. Next step, I pried this trim. That's because I need to remove this vent, but to get there I have to take this trim out, and it's held by a few tabs, so pay attention to where the tabs are. One on the very furthest corner left of it, and then one towards the turn here. As it turns up, there's one guide, like a notch like thing, and then 2 more tabs up top. They pull this way, away towards the back of the car, not outside, this way. Now that the screws are out, you can see the 2 T20 screws are out here and here. I pulled this one down to probably get it to come out all the way. Probably don't need to, but take it out as far as it goes. Just out of the way anyways. I need to take the center vents out, because this panel has to come out to expose the screws behind holding the glove box. So onto that. Quite possibly I didn't need to take this off, but it didn't matter. I just put this pry tool in here and pulled away like this, and this whole section comes off. The center air vents and all that. We may not need to disconnect any of those electronics in there. The power switch is all the way to the furthest away from me sort of thing. And here's the... Alright guys and girls, after you take this out, the next step is, I believe, to take these 3 screws. There's one here, and one up here. They're all T20 screws, and you might want to keep track of all these screws. you need to take this out in order to get to the screws that are holding the glove box. So I'll be right with you. So you don't need to take those screws out, this one, and this one, in order to unclip this. Once the trim is out, you can just unclip this. It is held by these two tabs here, and I'm sure a couple on the side here. Is one where my index finger is right there, and it just clips right in. Easy enough. Now trying to figure out what is holding the glove box in place. I'm guessing it's this, and this. That looks right, I think. I'll be right back. There are two screws that's holding this glove box right behind here. If you look behind this piece of plastic. This piece of plastic is what holds the trim right in here and here and so on. So I have to take that out in order to get to those screws. So we'll start with that, and I believe there's one out here too. Yes, there is. I'm going to use some blue painter's tape to keep these screws together to take the guesswork out later on. I think they're easy enough to locate and identify, but why not? Let's take it out. Come on. There you go. As usual, I dropped something. I'll get to that in a second. Now that I got this a bit loose, I just want to let it go here unless I take this piece out, and I just don't feel like taking everything out. But I think the whole purpose of this is to get to these two screws right here. One here and one right over here. And I think, as you can see, that one. And I can get a driver on it, on that one. And then once I get that, I take 1, 2, 3, 4 screws out. And that's the top part. Then I'll take the middle. I think I'll keep the middle for last. All right, next. Okay, so to take that off, I just use this long extension on my gun and took the 30 Torx, T30 Torx screw. That's the last screw that holds this glove box in place. I've taken one here, one over there behind this little frame here that moves around after we took the surrounding screws. One over here and one over here. That's 4. And then down here there's 4. Now in order, wait, 1, yeah, like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next I believe I need to take this off. This one and this one, just like a little plastic thingy. I bet you it'll help in getting this the glove box off and the blower motor. So on to that. Probably don't need this giant extension, but it's still on, so. I need a third hand, I think. Don't mind me, this is my first video, by the way, so I'm gonna pause, come back to you after I take that off. Takes a little fiddling around and wiggling to take this out, but if you look back here, there are some wires that you need to release to get this box all the way out, and I just want to remember where they go. There's a little clip right there. I don't know quite see them, but let me see if I can zoom in a little better. I'm dropping it away. Okay, here you go. This clip goes to the side right here. Hangs on that. And the rest, as you can see, I've unplugged one wire. I apologize for the shaking, but just no stand, nothing, just using my two hands to do everything. Be back. So here I am with the glove box out. As you can see, it is right over here. And what a nightmare this is, but it is what it is. That's how they built it. There's a blower motor and there's a resistor. I'm going to disconnect these two connectors. Again, let me zoom into that. There are two connectors right there and there. And these screws are out, but this entire panel is not out. I don't think I need to, because I don't want to get that deep into it. Should be able to use the space to fiddle that thing out of here, you know, wiggle it out of there somehow. And keep this from falling. All right, I'll let you start filming again after I take those out. I think there are 5 screws that hold it. There's one right here. Pointer. This screw right here. And from the bottom you can see there's this one over here. That's all the way to the back of the footwell. One there, one here. And I think that's 3 of them. We'll see. If there's more, I'll let you know. But for now, I see 3. Looks like, as you can see, I have been able to take the entire unit out. It wasn't easy. It takes a little bit of pulling back on this to take it down. And here's a guide pin here. The other side guide pin broke, so that's on me. We'll find out what's going to happen next, but what a pain in the ass, for lack of better words. And while they're in here, take another look here. I have the unit in my hand here. It's slightly different than what I got for aftermarket. Couldn't find the parts in time, so I went with the aftermarket unit here and the rectifier. So they come separately. Probably can buy them as a unit, but I bought them on Amazon. I don't know. Here's my part number. The part number I had for this was, I think I had written it down somewhere, 64119291177. And when I searched that, I got these. And living in Maine, you kind of need the air circulation, hot air anyways, so I had to get it in a hurry. We'll find out. Might be hopefully it's not a huge waste of time, but I'm hoping for the best here. Here's the old unit, and somehow I'm not hearing any crazy sounds like I heard when I was driving, so I'm not sure if this is even the culprit. Either way, I guess, I don't know, it needs to spin at a higher rate and it doesn't have any sounds. Over to the new unit, the aftermarket one. I'm about to get in here and offer it up over there. I'm going to need both my hands, so I'm going to have to pause and connect with you guys in a bit. So here it is, the new aftermarket blower connected. All the wires are in. I'm about to put everything back together, essentially in the reverse order. I'm guessing I'll just put these 2 screws back, then hang the glove box, and then obviously the trim up top and button it up. It's not that, I don't think there's a need for that in a video. But I really hope this helped you all, and if this works, I went from spending $1,300 or so to about $150. So I hope this helps. If it did, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so here is the car all put together, and I have warm air circulating, and yes, that is a job well done. I just need to put this piece in, and then I'm happy. I hope you guys benefited from this video, and hope you can get yours resolved. I'm not sure about the parts. I mean, they were aftermarket parts. They were cheap. FCP Euro parts were about 300, 400, 500. I can't even remember how much they were, but they were several weeks out. So my option was to go with Amazon, and they had the rectifier, they had the blower. Each was about 65, 70 bucks, and a couple hours of my day. So I saved some money. I hope this helps you. Like I said before, like and subscribe. Good luck.